Hi everyone, my name is Yadupode. I am the tutor at Intensive Tutorial Service. This tutorial clip is about the introduction of unitary method. Unitary method basically named with the word unit. So this unitary method can be considered as the method of unit. Method of unit means method of one. So in unitary method we need to find out or we need to apply the value of unit item. It means if we need to find out, for an example, the cost of 10 mangoes, we need to know the cost of one similar mango, one mango. And if we get the value or if we get the price of one mango, we can find the value of any number of mangoes. It means here we are using the value of 1. On the other hand, sometimes value of many objects can be given. Say for example, if the cost of 20 books is given and the cost of again many books, maybe 10, 12, 15 or whatever can be asked. In this case also we can find out the value of one book, or we can find the cost of one book first. Then we can find the cost of many books, whatever is asked. So this method is called unitary method. The unit, value of unit is used. In order to apply unitary method, we have to know two different things. They are direct variation and indirect variation, or direct proportion or indirect proportion, or direct change and indirect change. Direct proportion and I am writing indirect proportion on the other hand. Okay. In order to understand the meaning of direct proportion, we need to know the meaning of direct. Direct means same type on both the variables. Suppose there are two variables, variable x and variable y. Variables means it can be anything. Say x is number of pens, y is number of anything, or here let's consider y is cost. Then out of these two variables, whatever happens to this variable, same thing should happen on this variable. It means if the number of this variable is increased, then number of this variable also will be increased. If the value of this variable is decreased, then the value of this variable will also decrease. Whatever change happens in this variable, same sort of change happens to this variable. So this sort of change is called direct change, direct variation. Then we call these two variables are directly proportional. Suppose if the value of x is less, value of y also will be less. If the value of x is more or increased, then the value of y also will be increased or more. It means if we divide this x or this variable by certain number, we also have to divide this variable by the same number. If we divide here, we divide to this variable as well. If we multiply here, then we multiply here It means direct. Whatever is done here, same thing is done here. That is called direct. For an example, suppose x is number of pens and y is cost or price in rupees. If the number of pens is less, few number of pens, then price will be less. If more pens we want to buy, then obviously we have to pay more. So it means if number of pens is increased, cost also will be increased. If the number of pens is decreased, cost also will be decreased. This is a very clear example of direct proportion. Then we say number of pens and cost are directly related, are directly changeable, are directly proportional. On the other hand, in indirect proportion, it is just the opposite of direct proportion. It means if there are two variables, say x and y, if x is increased, y will be decreased. If x is decreased, y will be increased. Just the opposite operation happens in these two variables. If the value of x is more, becomes more, value of y becomes less. If the value of x is multiplied by a number, then value of y should be divided by the same number. And if x is divided by a number, y should be multiplied by the same number. For an example, x is suppose number of workers and y is days taken to complete a work. It means if more workers are working, then they can finish the work quickly. More workers, more, but they can finish quickly. It means days taken will be less. More workers, less days. If number of workers is less, then they will take more days to complete the work. It means number of workers and days taken to complete a work are indirectly related, indirectly proportional. In this case, if number of workers is divided, days taken will be multiplied. This is the concept of indirect proportion. If we understand whether the given objects, whether the given variables are directly related or indirectly related, we can sort out the problems related to unitary method easily.